Hi everyone, I'm JD from Willowbound Journals. Welcome back to my channel. This is a Junk Journal with Me episode working in my 2021 journal, which has also become my weekly prompt journal and also my daily journal. So it's doing a lot of work. And so for this prompt, we are doing favourites. That's the theme for the month of May. And the favourite that I've chosen for this one is a favourite animal. And my favourite animal is the dingo. So very sentimental pictures that I've got there that I'll be working with. And there's this vintage illustrated dictionary book that I found in an antique place. And I love that it has this dingo picture here. So I thought I would cut that out and use that on my dingo page spread. So yeah, basically for the weekly journal prompts I have slacked off a bit, so I apologize for that. I was doing so well every single week. I had a process video showing how I worked in my journal with a weekly prompt, but because I'm doing daily journaling, that has kind of satisfied my need for journaling. So the weekly prompts ended up being just something extra for fun and to, place meaningful things on the page that haven't got anything to do with my my day or my year. And it's a bit more creative and fun and visual, and I can add ephemera and pretty things to the page. So it's just another outlet to help me to journal. And that's what the prompts were there for. They're not there to make you feel pressure to do them all. They're just there for inspiration, to give motivation, and to get us working in our journals whenever we feel inclined to. And so, yeah, I've just got these three pieces. And we've got the dingo picture on the left, which is the most sentimental picture for me out of everything on this page, because this picture has travelled with me from house to house to house to house. So every house that I've been in, that has come with me. I've moved house maybe, let's see how many times now. How many houses? 1, 2, 3, 4 times now, I think. And that picture as well comes from a book. So when I was a kid, I would have no problem tearing out pages and cutting out pictures that I liked and putting them on my walls or in my journals. And so that picture I actually put on my wall, and someone from my family thought it looked so good that they framed it for me. And so I had that framed on my wall for a very, very long time in the first house. And then after that, it has moved with me from house to house. And it's also been on my phone wallpaper, like the back screen when you look at your phone. So it has been on my phone as well. So yeah, it's been like a constant in my life. Whenever I've had to move house or move place, the dingo has come with me, and it's been something that, in a way symbolises that things are still steady and things are still constant, even when the places and times change, if that makes any sense. So there's a lot of meaning packed into that picture, just not just my love of the dingo, but also about moving houses and places and staying true to the things that don't change, and my love of cutting up books, which I get to do for a living as a junk journaler. The picture on the other side is the most recent dingo picture I've added. So throughout my life, I would collect dingo pictures. I now only have a few of them, the best ones. I kept only the best ones. But yeah, I used to cut out any dingo picture that I ever saw, and postcards and cards of dingoes. And this latest one was the latest to my collection. It's a painting from a local artist, and the local artist was a friend of one of my friends, and she had an exhibition, and my friend bought some paintings for herself, and she took me to the exhibition one time. And when I mentioned that the one that struck me most was the dingo, because it's my favourite animal. She ended up buying it for me. And I said, no, don't buy it for me because I'm actually moving house and I don't know where I'm going to be. And she said, no, you got to have it. It's a one-off piece. This lady never does repeats or anything. So she got it for me, and she even paid for it to get framed. So I think of that as my moving present. And again, it just ties into that connection of, even though there are changes, this constant of the dingo has always been there. The story behind why it's my favourite animal is, back when I was a kid in grade 3, I said that my favourite animal was the dog, because I just love dogs. I was called the dog whisperer, and I speak dog, and any more time people were like, where is she? They'd be like, oh yeah, she's with the dog. And I would always, whenever I went visiting to other people's houses, all the people would just be together in one room, and I'd be in the room with the dog, just patting it. And one time I even fell asleep lying next to a dog. The dog was sleeping too, and I fell asleep next to the dog. And just happy memories of being with dogs. And so the dog was my favourite animal. But when I was in grade 3, I was like, no, you can't choose a domestic animal. That doesn't count. You need to choose a wild animal. So I'm like, what's the closest thing to a dog? And I chose the dingo as my favourite animal. And I always loved animals. When I was in grade 3, I wanted to be a zoologist or a zookeeper. And I did end up studying zoology. And that was my course that I did when I left school, when I graduated from school. Now going into a different story, eventually I graduated from that and realised that my heart was with creating and writing all along. But I still always do have a love of animals, and especially dogs, and I've always got a soft spot for the dingo. And I also like that it's an Australian animal, so that connects to me being Aussie as well. So lots of connections, and I'm just writing out those stories about the dingo and those connections and memories and all of that sentimental value there. So as you can see, it's a very, very simple page spread, but I really like it, how each piece means something to me, and then added a few labels just to add, the prompt or the title for the page and the date. And yeah, I hope that was enjoyable to watch and listen to, and maybe you would like to do a page in your own journal. And let me know in the comments what your favourite animal is and why. And if you're joining me doing the weekly prompts, in the description box below, I will have a list of all the prompts I've done so far. Some of you are following along with me and doing the same prompts as me. Others of you are following along with the monthly prompts. And the video is ending, so thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys.